That brand new phone in your pocket, it's already dying. That printer you just bought, it has a secret kill switch. And it is not an accident. It's a conspiracy, a design feature that's almost a century old, and it affects nearly everything you own. We're going to show you how they do it.
Okay, look at this. This is a 1952 Sunbeam T-20 toaster. It's built like a tank. It's all mechanical, and after 70 years, it still works perfectly. Now compare that to the plastic junk you buy today, which lasts, 3 years if you're lucky? And here's the scam. That short lifespan isn't a bug. It's the entire point.
They have a name for it, Planned Obsolescence. It's the dark art of designing something to fail. It's a business model built on forcing you to buy the same thing over and over and over again. And it's been the secret rule book of our world for nearly 100 years.
And don't think for a second this just happened. Oh no, this was a conscious decision, a conspiracy with a ground zero, a moment in time when the biggest companies on Earth got together and decided that building things to last was bad for business.
It starts in 1924, a smoke-filled room in Geneva. The world's top light bulb manufacturers, Osram, Philips, GE, they form a secret group called the Phoebus Cartel. Their goal? To sabotage their own product. Then, in 1932, a guy named Bernard London proposes making it illegal for products not to break. By the 1940s, DuPont is literally telling its scientists to invent a weaker form of nylon because their original stockings lasted too long and women weren't buying enough replacements. And here's the proof of the crime. Before the Phoebus Cartel, the average light bulb lasted 2,500 hours. The cartel issued a global decree: no bulb will last more than 1,000 hours. They actively fined any member company that dared to make a better, longer-lasting product. They punished quality.
And that sabotage never ended. It just went underground, it got smarter, it moved from secret meetings to invisible traps buried deep inside every single device you own. These are the modern weapons of waste.
So here's one of their favorite tricks. It's called thermal cycling. It's so simple, it's brilliant, and evil. You take one cheap, heat-sensitive part, a capacitor, and you place it right next to the hottest part of the device, like the processor. The constant heat slowly cooks that one tiny part until it fails, taking the entire device with it. They can literally time it to die just after your warranty expires.
But breaking the hardware? That's old school. The new frontier is death by software. The chips in your phone are probably perfectly fine, but every single one of those mandatory updates bloats the code, slows down the system, and drains the battery until your device becomes a useless brick. They aren't breaking the object anymore, they're corrupting its soul.
The result of all this engineering, all this sabotage? 62 million metric tons. That's the weight of electronic waste we generated in 2023 alone, a direct result of these strategies. That is enough discarded gadgets to form a line of trucks that could circle the entire planet.
So your device breaks, right on schedule. But here's where they twist the knife. They go to war to make sure you can't fix it. This isn't just about selling you a new one. It's about destroying the very idea of repair. They invent special screws so you can't even open the case. They glue the battery in so it can't be replaced. They use software locks called parts pairing that make the device reject a perfectly good third-party spare part. And behind the scenes, they spend millions of dollars lobbying governments to kill any right-to-repair laws that would give you back control.
And they'll feed you some line about security or safety. Don't buy it. Critics are very clear on this. It's not for security, it is for monopoly maintenance. It's about ensuring that the only place you can go for a fix is back to them, where they can charge you whatever they want or just sell you a new one. It's about absolute control.
But making things break is only half the con. The other half is purely psychological. It's about making you despise the perfectly good thing you already own. It's about making you want a new one.
Back in the 1950s, General Motors couldn't redesign their car engines every year. So instead, they just changed the tail fence. That one little cosmetic tweak made last year's model instantly feel old and dated. Today, that's the entire business model of fast fashion. New styles drop every week, and the clothes are made so poorly they fall apart after 5 washes. It's the same strategy, just moving at light speed. And they sell you this whole cycle of waste with one beautiful lie. It's cheaper. Sure, that 1950s toaster cost about $300 in today's money. It was an investment. Today's is $20. It's a consumable. But do the math. Over 20 years, you'll spend almost as much replacing the cheap junk, and you've created a mountain of trash. You haven't been saving money. You've been tricked into renting garbage.
So what's the end game here?
We've walked through the history, the tactics, the psychology. Now let's look at the undeniable proof that a better way has always been possible and the chilling future they have planned for us all.
Over 1 million hours. That's how long the Centennial light bulb in Livermore, California has been burning, continuously, since 1901. It has outlasted world wars, the invention of the airplane, and generations of the engineers who built it. It is the definitive, blinking proof that we have always known how to make things that last.
So if we could do this over a century ago, before the microchip, before we even went to the moon, the only question that matters is, why not now? And the answer is just painful. It is not a failure of technology. It is a failure of will, a failure of ethics.
Which brings us to the final stage of the plan, the subscription economy. The goal is no longer just to sell you a replacement, it's to make sure you never actually own anything in the first place. You pay a monthly fee for software, for entertainment, even for the heated seats in your car. This is the end game of planned obsolescence, a world where you don't own the product, you just rent access. You're not a customer anymore, you're a subscriber, and they can turn you off anytime they want.